Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to elders and apostles at Great Millstone that taught me this truth and rule well. And I'll say Shalom to the Akim and Akbat out there pursuing this truth diligently. Coming at you once again with another lesson. Today's title of the lesson is going to be called The Most High is Tearing This Place Up. I was looking at this article. All right, it's by Popular Science, and it's pretty interesting. All right, so I wanted to go in on it through the spirit. It says the world is on course to experience 560 major disasters each year. Between 1970 and 2000, only about 90 or 100 disasters of this size were reported each year. All right. It says countries in the Asia-Pacific region, like Vietnam, picture here, suffer the most from costly disasters. Apparently, all right. Apparently, allegedly, as they would say, all right. It says by 2030, the world may be experiencing around 560 disasters. Now, we don't even know if we're going to be here in 230. It ain't looking likely, all right. But we don't put a date on anything. But 2030, that's I don't know. That's a little unlikely. By 2030, the world may be experiencing By 2030, the world may be experiencing around 560 disasters, ranging from fires to chemical accidents every single year. That's an average of more than one major disaster each day, and even this might be an underestimate as climate change worsens over the course of the next crucial decades. Take everything you hear in this with the information and estimates with a grain of salt, 'cause you know how Esau is with their bullshit science that they try to pull, and how things are going to be in 2090 or some shit. They put things way out of date. In the year 3000, they do crazy shit. So just take all that with a grain of salt. All right, but there's some information in here that's it's good information. It says we're creeping up close to that number already, according to the newest global assessment report, GAR 2022, released by the UN Officer for Disaster Risk Reduction. An astounding 350 to 500 medium or large-scale disasters happen every year, and this has been the case for the past 2 decades. All right, so this is right now. This ain't in the future. Like currently, there's 350 to 500 medium to large-scale disasters that happen every year, and it's been that way for the past 2 decades. All right, but it hasn't always been so. And actually, let's if you grab decade, all right. Alright, a decade is 10 years. Alright, so 2 decades would be 20 years. Alright, and that would be, was that 2002? Alright, since 2002 there's been an upkeep in disasters. Alright, or an uptick, not an upkeep, Slovakia. An uptick in disasters. Alright, it says, but it hasn't always been so. Okay, here we go. But it hasn't always been so. Between 1970 to 2000, only about 90 or 100 disasters of this size were reported each year. So why have disasters become such a giant issue in today's world? Policymakers have poorly assessed the risk of disasters on account of their optimism, underestimation, and invincibility, the authors write. The world needs to do more to incorporate disaster risk in how we live, build, and invest, which is setting humanity on a spiral of self-destruction. Amina J. Mohammed, Deputy Secretary General of the United Nations, a long-ass title, who presented the report to the UN headquarters in New York, said in a news release, all right, and he sounds like an Elamite, but we'll check it out real quick. Pretty sure that's Elamite. They got all that Elamite shit on. So they're saying she could just go back to Esau, Edom, for all we know, but they're saying the world needs to do more to incorporate disaster risk in how we live, build, and invest, which is setting, and then up here it said, Why have disasters become such a giant issue? It says policymakers have poorly assessed the risk of disasters. Ain't nobody can do anything to stop this. This is all the Most High. All right, this is all the Most High, and they think that they're gonna assess the risks of disasters and build and help push people to help with disasters over here. It ain't gonna do anything. All right. Now this right here is proof. All right, that we're getting closer and closer to the end. All right, because it says between 1970 and 2000, only about 90 to 100 disasters of that size were reported each year. All right, now we're sitting at 350 to 500. The Most High is tearing this place up. All right, at a for you people, all right, an alarming rate, as you would call it, an alarming rate. All right, for us, it's a great rate because we're trying to get out of here quick. All right, not that we're rushing the Most High, but we want to be out of here. We want to be out on the first bus. All right. So says the first bus out of Babylon straight into the chariots. That's where we want to be. All right, we don't want to be waiting around while the shit's popping off and getting worse and worse. All right, where these 2/3, all right, and these other heathen nations are going to be. All right, we don't want to see that part of the trip. All right, we just want to get in the bus. All right, and head to the kingdom as Of course, it's not going to be an actual bus, but the chariot. Says unsurprisingly, the disasters hit the poorest parts of the population the hardest. Developing countries lost an average of 1% of their GDP each year to disasters, especially in the Asia-Pacific region, where that number climbs up to 1.6%. Across developed nations, the numbers were a mere 0.1 to 0.3%. Disasters are also becoming more expensive. Back in 1990, disasters cost the world about $70 billion a year. Adjusting for inflation, in the past decade, the number has surged to $170 billion a year on average. In 2011 and 2017, the disaster cost peaked at over $300 billion. And for the rest of this, we're going to kind of skim. Let's see if I can find anything. Here's how they think they're going to fix this. All right. It says what really needs to happen, according to Mami Mitsutori, chief of UN Office of Disaster Risk Reduction, is rethinking disaster preparation and funding allocation. In an interview with the Associated Press, Mitsutori said that around 90% of all disaster funding is spent on emergency relief, with a tiny 6% on reconstruction and 4% on prevention. All right, so they try to prevent these things like they have any control over it. It says disasters can be prevented, but only if countries invest the time and resources to understand and reduce their risks, Missouri said in the UN release. By deliberately ignoring the risk and failing to integrate it in decision making, the world is effectively bankrolling its own destruction. Here it is, the world. They always say the world, or Mother Nature, or we as humans. Y'all don't have any effect. All right. This is all the Most High. You could build the most sturdy-ass base. You got these billionaires that thinking they're going to live in a bunker. The Most High is going to pluck you right out of those bunkers, all right? Those things aren't going to be able to withstand. You think these things can withstand the nukes that are going to be hitting this place and the destruction that the Most High is going to bring? It's not going to happen, all right? That's the dumb thing about these worldly-ass people. They always think that they can prevent something that the Most High is going to do. They think that they can prevent their destruction. They think that they can prevent, all right, Jacob from becoming and to rule. They think they can stop the elect from being sealed. And they can't do any of this shit. It's a very stupid people. These worldly people are dumb as hell, all right? They think they can literally stop something that the Most High is doing. They think they're going to be able to move an earthquake out of the way or something by reinforcing the ground or doing something with the fault lines, or they're going to build these huge rock barriers to prevent hurricanes and tsunamis. And this shit, at the end of the day, this shit don't work. It don't work. All right, if the Most High wants your ass destroyed, you're going to get destroyed regardless. Okay, and these worldly people think that they're going to have something to do to stop this from happening entirely. All right, or to make it a lot easier on them. All right, it's not going to work that way. So this is proof that the Most High, all right, is visiting right now. All right, and he's tearing this place up. Like they said it's the worst it has ever been. All right, so for you people saying things are getting better, all right, no, they're actively getting worse, and it's wonderful, all right, because that means our trip is coming soon, all right, Lord willing, that we're part of the number that gets saved, all right. It's going to happen regardless, but Lord willing, we're part of the number that gets saved, all right. So I'm gonna read some scripts. All right, this is Second Esdras 9:1 through I just got it through 18, but we'll see how far I want to go. All right. It says, through the Spirit, of course, he answered me then and said, measure thou time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the Highest will begin to visit the world which he made, and that's happening now. That's why we're seeing these this uptick in disasters, all right, and pestilence, and famine, and murders, all right, and judgment and destruction going forth, all right, at an all-time high. Because he's visiting, he's wreaking havoc on this place, all right, because of all the wickedness that's been done here. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, what's uproar? What's an uproar? All right, let's see what an uproar is. It's a loud and impassionate noise or disturbance, all right, turmoil, disorder, confusion, chaos, commotion, all right, havoc, pandemonium, mayhem, all right. So when there's mayhem in the world of the people of the world, all right, which is happening, all right, people killing each other, people going crazy, all right, robbing and stealing, looting, shooting, murdering, raping, all right, the whole 9 yards, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of these things from the days past that were before thee, even from the beginning. And these things have been spoken about in this Bible, but the people of the earth ignorantly disregard this Bible, all right, whether they're 2/3 or Esau. Now Esau's not going to get it regardless, but the 2/3, all right, it's all been laid out, all right, in the Bible, all right. But y'all don't know what a Bible is anymore. Y'all don't even read it, all right. It says, for like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. What is manifest? All right. All right. Clear, obvious, evident, apparent. All right. And the end is apparent, all right, for like all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end. The end is manifest. It's apparent, all right. If you read these scriptures, it's apparent, all right. It's obvious, but these people in the world, they don't get it. They're still living their lives, you know, like nothing's gonna happen, and it's gonna be a rude awakening for those people, all right. Even so, the times of the Highest have plain beginnings and wonder and powerful works, and endings and effects and signs. And every one that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his work and by faith, whereby ye have believed, all right, the believers, all right, the elect, they're the ones that are going to be saved, shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders, for I have sanctified them for me for the beginning. Again, speaking of the elect. It says, then shall they be in a pitiful case, which have now abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. All right, these are for you other people, all right, that aren't of the elect. For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me, and they that have loathed my law while they had yet liberty, and when as yet a place of repentance was open to them, understood not, but despised it. The same must know it after death by pain. All right, so you people that didn't understand this, that the gates of repentance were closing, all right, and didn't repenting, all right, you're gonna have that death, all right. You're gonna eat it. You're gonna what is it? Reap what you sow, as they say. Reap what you sow. That's what you're gonna get, all right. Matthew 16:2, 16 through 16:3, all right, and touching on the last verse, like I said, it's very apparent that the Most High is visiting, all right. The Most High is visiting this place and destroying it, essentially, not destroying it fully, but wrecking shit, all right, for lack of a better word. He's wrecking things, and the full destruction, all right. You think this is bad? You haven't even seen what the full destruction is going to be, all right. Now that's going to be a true disaster. All right, but these tiny little disasters, all right, according to the Most High, for the Most High, these tiny little disasters aren't much, all right. He's withholding power, all right, because he could wipe off everything on the face of earth if he really wants to, all right. He's the most powerful being, all right. So these little earthquakes or destructions or famine, these are tiny to him, all right. But he knows what they're gonna do to the people, All right, they're not tiny for us. All right, but for him, for his power, all right, they would be considered very, very, very tiny. All right, and y'all are gonna see when he really wreaks hell upon this place. All right, when Yahweh Shem Yahushai comes back. All right, when Yahushai comes back to deliver his people, you're gonna see the destruction then. All right, but these little things right now in the eyes of the Most High, they're tiny, but he knows that they're gonna get at people. All right, Matthew 16:2. And he answered and said unto them, when it is evening, ye say, and okay, before I go into this context, all right, and this is for you people, because there's a lot of these people that think, that the end isn't near, all right, or that the Most High ain't coming back, all right, and this scripture touches on that, all right. I'll just leave it to the scripture to describe it. Matthew 16:2. He answered and said unto them, when it is evening, ye say, it will be fair weather, for the sky is red. And in the morning it will be foul weather today, for the sky is red and lowering. O ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky, but can ye not discern the signs of the time? All right, you can tell if you go outside and you see those black clouds lingering in the sky, you can say, oh, it's gonna rain. All right, or if you feel it starting to get exceptionally cold, all right, and you start to get that white shine, all right, you can say, oh, it's probably gonna snow. All right. Or, if the trees are, swaying back and forth, you say, oh, it's going to be a storm, all right? But you can't tell, all right, that the Most High is going to come back and destroy this place. You can't tell you're at the end of the rope, all right? You can't tell that, but you can tell, the weather. This is basically what they're speaking of. It's so apparent, all right, but you can't even discern the signs of the time, all right? You don't know what time we're living in, all right? And in the times we're living in right now, we're at the end of the book, or at the end of the Bible in Revelation, all right? That's where we're headed. All right, we gotta wait for this the digital all right, to be forced upon everyone. All right, well, they're gonna try to force it upon everyone. There's gonna be some that won't take it. All right, they gotta roll out that that CHIP as they call it, digital all, CHIP. The other one that they like to ban you for. All right, when those things are implemented, all right, and try to be forced upon everyone. All right, and a majority of people are going to take it, all right, and some aren't. All right, that's the last major prophecy we're looking for in World War III. All right, those are the two we got. That's what we're looking for. All right, we're looking forward for those things to come. All right, because that means, Lord willing, our salvation will come. All right, the salvation of the elect will come. All right, Lord willing, we're part of that number that gets saved amongst them. All right. So you people don't know what time you're living in, all right? You think every time something bad happens, all right? 9/11 happens, oh, we'll spring back, all right? In the pandemic, oh, we'll spring back. And after, a little bit of time, you're back to doing your regular old shit, all right? And thinking that nothing bad's ever happened, all right? Until something bad happens again, and then you're in the panic mode, all right? And you don't even know what's going on, all right? Because you're fed all this propaganda that you're just feeding into, all right? You're just drunk off this Babylonian wine, all right? And you're gonna get destroyed because of it, all right? Because you don't even know what's going on. Matthew 24:7, it reads, "For nations shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Then they shall deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake." All right, that's when Jacob's trouble is going to hit. All right, we're not quite there yet. All right, when the FEMA camps start hitting, and that's coming soon. All right, but all the stuff that's happening right now, all right, it's just the beginning of sorrows. All right, so wait until the stuff starts really getting bad. All right, and I guarantee you won't be thinking stuff's going to get better after that. All right, because it's going to be the worst you've ever seen it. All right. Says, this is Luke 21:36. I'm going to close out just a little bit of a shorter lesson. It says, "Watch ye therefore and pray always." All right, so watch. Keep your eyes out. All right, watch what's going on. All right, be occupied in the prophecies. All right, and whenever you see these things, all right, whether it's Esau, on the news saying something, or whether you're seeing it in your hometown, wildfires or whatever it may be, all right, you got to watch. All right. And examine those things, all right, because those are the signs of the times, all right. "Watch ye therefore and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man." All right, so you got to pray always, all right, and get involved in this truth, all right, so you can be accounted worthy to escape these things, all right. You don't want to be accounted unworthy, all right, and have to go through this destruction that's going to come across this place, all right, Babylon the Great. You don't want to be involved in that, all right? So you got to watch and pray always, so that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man. All right, so Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I'm going to cut it there. All right, once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem, HaKadosh. Double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone. Shalom to you brothers and sisters out there. Keep enduring, keep the faith. We're almost out of here. Until the next one, Lord willing, Shalom.